right, welcome back to the channel. So, in a surprise of events, I am going to be doing a Teach Me How to Cook for modern Yu-Gi-Oh, which is something that I do not actively play. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I have a really soft spot in my heart for Dragon Rulers, and Stango is also super enthusiastic about Dragon Rulers, so much so that he bought this deck in real life, right?
Yeah. This actual list that we're going to be playing with today is actually the complete list that I have built out, paid for, that I play with. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know anything really about modern. I can follow a little bit of it, but in terms of like the intricacies or how to combo off, I have no idea. But I thought this would be fun because I know that there are some people who are interested in modern Yu-Gi-Oh in general, and I'll see how this video performs, and then we might consider doing more of this type of thing. But this is going to be fun because I just remember Dragon. I played in 2013. I topped nationals that year, the same year Patrick Hoban won nationals. It's one of my most fun formats. I also have a lot of good feature matches. If you guys want to see those on YouTube, they're out there. But this deck got some buffs, so it has some new cards that are kind of ridiculous. Do you want to show some of the like new cards that are in the deck?
Yeah, I can definitely show out the new cards, and then also kind of explain the main game plan of how this deck's going to shake out. While I have that, I'll just pull this one up on the side over here so it's ready, because I'm actually not playing one of the main deck ones. It's not that good, but it is worth mentioning because it is actually kind of a cool effect. So the Dragon Ruler's got I think like around 4 to 5 new cards, 2 main deck monsters and 3 extra deck monsters. So the first one, which is the star of the show, his name is Spectral Dragon Ruler of Flickers. He's actually a light attribute, so that's a new one.
Yep.
His effect goes, as a cost, you discard this card and 1 dragon or light monster to add 2 Dragon Rulers from your deck to your hand, except Spectral himself. So you can actually add a baby and a daddy. You can add 2 of the same daddy. There's a lot of different modularity you can do with it. So it's just a very good searcher for the Dragon Ruler archetype.
I just want to say real quick before you move on, this card in context of 2013 would have been so fucking unhinged.
Oh yeah. Like literally just a search 2 by pitching a dragon or a light. Like, it's so generic.
And it would have made Veiler better to play, because then you could pitch the dead Veiler to like get 2 Dragon Rulers, and people used to have problems finding colors.
This card legitimately is very good. You know, to give everyone the spoilers, like spoiler tags, spoiler alerts, Dragon Rulers, they're not OP, they're not meta defining, but I think they're from my experience in testing and playing them, I think they're a very solid rogue deck. Like, you could take this to locals, you could top a regional. I think it can top a YCS. I do think it's strong enough too. I think it is strong enough too, because it can play other cards that we'll go into, and floodgates and all that good stuff. But, you know, it's not broken. But this card is actually extremely good.
And then the second effect?
Yes, the second effect is while it's in the grave. While it's in the graveyard, you can banish this card, a dragon or a light monster, and you can target 1 Chasma Dragon Ruler of Arroyos. We'll go into what that guy is. That's one of the new extra deck guys to special summon it. You can only use one of the effects once per turn.
Right.
So you can't search and then do the graveyard effect, and you can't do the graveyard effect and then search. You can only use one.
Typical Dragon Ruler stuff.
And then I'll just highlight this guy because he's kind of cool, but essentially he's like a special summoning effect. So it's pretty much all the same thing. Pitch a dragon, pitch a dark monster. That's what his thing is. But you can summon 2 different attribute Dragon Rulers from the Banner Stone. So he is kind of a way to recycle your guys that have already been banished.
Right.
He's kind of dead early game, so a lot of people don't play him. That's why I don't, but he's a cool card. And he has the similar effect where you can banish from the grave a dragon or a dark to summon Eclipse, the other extra deck guy.
Okay, fair enough.
Then moving on to the extra deck guys, this is honestly the strongest card of them all, and I'll kind of go deeper into that. How you make him, he's an XYZ monster. You use 2 level 7 dragon monsters. Quick effect, you can send 1 level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your deck to the graveyard and then detach a material from this card. This is all a cost. So you detach from him and then send a Dragon Ruler from your deck.
Oh, wow, that is all a cost. So sending is a cost too.
Correct. And then the effect becomes, this card's effect becomes that sent monster's effect that discards itself to activate. Right. So what this means, to simplify it, let's say we have Chasma on the field and my opponent has a Stratos on the field. And I'm like, that Stratos is problematic. I can activate Chasma's effect as a quick effect. So I'll send a blaster from my deck to the graveyard, then detach a material. If the effect resolves, I can target the Stratos on the field and use the blaster discard effect to pop a card on the field as if I actually discarded with this guy.
That is ridiculous. So you can send Tidal to Foolish Burial, you can send Tempest to Search Any Dragon, you can send Redox to Reborn Any Monster.
Correct. Now, here's the most crazy thing about this guy, and I actually learned this from playing Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In the most recent times, especially with this card. One of the most popular hand traps, which is Modern's way of trying to, plug the hole in the power creep, is, being able to stop people from playing their whole hand unopposed. One of the most powerful hand traps in all of the format is Ash Blossom. She pretty much stops some of the most powerful effects, adding a card from your deck to your hand, special summoning from your deck, or even doing a Foolish Burial like effect, like sending a card from your deck to the graveyard. What I actually learned about cards like Chasma, cards that copy effects of another thing, you can't Ash them even if it's going to be that. So for example, if I go Chasma, jump Tidal from my deck and detach a thing, you can't Ash Blossom this, because the effect that Ash Blossom would try to negate would be Chasma, but Chasma doesn't say on its effect Foolish Burial. It just says copy another effect.
Right.
So it's like undeterminate
until it resolves.
Happens.
Right,
Correct.
exactly. I follow that.
So the only thing that can actually stop this guy is a card like Infinite Impermanence. If you've never seen this card, it's pretty much like a trap card version, a trap card power crept version of Effect Veiler. You can like use it on your turn and set it and all that good stuff. But this card's actually insane. Like, you can only hand trap it with targeted negation, pretty much. That's the only way you can stop this, because you can't Ash Blossom, you can't whatever, right? It's just a really, really powerful card. He also just randomly has an effect where if this card is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 7 Dragon Ruler from your grave or banishment non-targeting. So he's 3,000 attack. He can be any Dragon Ruler's effect as a quick effect. And if you somehow get this thing off the field and it goes to the grave, you can just, for example, summon Redox in defense as a big butt.
Also, this is something that I found out very recently, but every Dragon Ruler stats equals 46. So like, if you look at this guy, Chasma, attack 3,000, defense 16, that's 46. If you go over to Blaster, like the big one, all the big ones, 2,818 equals 46. Go over to Tidal, same thing. You're going to see Tidal has 2,600 attack, 2,000 defense. They all equal 4,600, all the big ones. And I'm noticing that the Xyz monsters are the same way. So you have one more Xyz monster, and I think he's just straight up 4,600. Is that?
Yeah, we have two more.
Two more Xyz monsters.
We'll get to the reason why 46 is a number that Frazier learned the other day, which is very funny. So this guy is also pretty strong. Same material requirements. You need 2 level 7 dragons. He is a dark attribute, Eclipse Dragon Ruler of Catastrophes. Pretty cool name. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can target a level 4 or lower Dragon Ruler monster, in your graveyard or banishment as a cost. Then you can special summon 1 level 7 or rank 7 Dragon Ruler monster that is mentioned on that targeted monster from your deck or banishment. Then shuffle the targeted monster into your deck. So for example, if I have a stream Dragon Ruler droplets in my banish zone and I summon this Eclipse, I can target the stream in my banish zone, shuffle it into my deck, and then summon a title from my banishment or deck. So it's just another way to generate a free body.
Can it attack?
And it can attack. Yep, the monster that it summons out can attack. I love that. So it can attack.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because like, where are the restrictions?
Yeah. This guy gets even better. His actual effect that you really use him for: when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card as a quick effect, negate the activation, and if you do, banish the card. Okay,
so we got a negate.
Yes, we have a spell, trap card and effect negate, and banishment. Banishment's actually a pretty big thing, because there's a lot of good spells in the format and all that stuff that are like at 1.
Yeah.
Or people only play them at 1, where if they get banished, that's actually a bad place for them to go. So this guy, dark attribute, really great. Now you're probably wondering, why did they make light and dark attribute Dragon Rulers? Well, Here's the guide to find out. Disaster Dragon Ruler of all apocalypses. These are some legendary, like, cool-ass names. This actually is completely generic, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. 2
rank 7 monsters. Doesn't even need to be dragons. So you can make this with Dracosac and Abyssgaios, Megalos, whatever his name is. You can make this with whatever. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can target up to 4 level 7 Dragon Ruler monsters in your graveyard and or banishment. That's a cost. Attach them to this card. Then you can banish all monsters from your opponent's field and graveyard with the same attributes as this card's materials. You can only use this effect once per turn. However, while this card has light, dark, earth, water, fire, and wind, all attributes in the game, of Dragon Ruler monsters as materials, it becomes 4,600 attack and defense and is unaffected by other card effects. So if you guys are familiar with other formats of Yu-Gi-Oh, the Cleafort Towers, that's the colloquial name that came out of tower monsters, monsters that are just unaffected by other cards. This guy essentially becomes a towers when you have every attribute of Dragon Rulers underneath him. So generally the way that you accomplish that is that you actually summon both Chasma and Eclipse, and then you overlay them on top of each other to make this guy. And then you attach, you know, wind, water, fire, and earth. And that will give you light, dark, all the other attributes.
Oh, because the other 2 are already under it. So all you really need is the 4 elemental ones that first came out. I see now.
Correct. And if you think about it, it all kind of plays into each other, because with Chasma, if you're missing any of them, you're only a title dump away, a Tempest search away, you know? Yeah. Like you're not really starved to get all the colors in the rotation. This is like the cool boss monster. I'll be honest, he's not like, he doesn't come up the most. He kind of comes up in simplified game states. I've summoned him and just won strictly off of it, but he's not like the core part of the strategy. He is a card to play because, you know, if you do get it off while your opponent's kind of down and out and weak, and you might be weak, banishing all their fucking monsters is, you know, that's a pretty hefty thing to have happen. Yeah, but that's pretty much all the new cards. But as far as what our game plan is, it's pretty simple. One of the main engines that we're trying to play for, you're going to see a lot of these guys get summoned. These are the Tempai dragons. And I was telling Frazier the other day about these. I feel like Hercules like touching a mere mortal when I like go in the battle phase with these guys, because OTKing with Tempai cards, if you guys have never done it or seen it before, it's like, it almost feels like cheating. And one of the best things about these guys, if you notice, they're dragon monsters, but they're also fire. So that's actually why we're playing 3 blaster, because our main core of our strategy is that we're trying to get dragon rulers in the rotation and banish a blaster to then search one of these fire dragon monsters that best suit our play for that turn. Because these guys actually make a very easy level 7 synchro. His name's Sangan Bident Dragon. Pretty much he's just another 7 to then easily get into Chasma to get the rest of our deck going. And usually what our end board will look like is we'll have a Chasma on the field with hopefully a Quackimir Drago on the field as well. Edison format guys, now you've seen a card that you probably know what it looks like.
I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, he's here. You know, all my Edison gamers, they know what this guy does. He's actually pretty strong in this format because 2 of the best decks right now are solely dark decks, and they cannot make any plays with this guy on the field. And we actually have multiple ways of summoning him, and you know, we'll probably showcase that as well. Not just normal summoning him or searching him off of like Tempest or anything like that. We'll actually probably be summoning them out of the deck often or not, and you'll kind of see how that happens here. But that's the basic game plan. We do our first turn of trying to stun out of our opponent for 1 turn, and then, you know, if we make it to turn 3, so we get our first battle phase, we're just going to OTK them easily. It's going to be breeze.
All right, so I'm ready to get into a duel because seeing is believing. I know this is not the best deck in the format. I know that it's not considered like, you know, tier 1 or whatever. It's like a tier 2 deck, but I just, like I said, I have a soft spot in my heart for Dragon Rulers, and I want to see it do something. It would be nice. So
yeah, all right, let's do it. All right.
Oh, immediately. See, modern players never have to wait.
Modern players never have to wait. Now, since we're playing dragons and we're trying to put our helmet on, I'm trying to rock it up. Ooh.
Is there
the rock works?
Is there a deck that goes second in this format, or people just all go first though?
Tempai actually does, like pure Tempai, because it just tries to break your board and pretty much you know, kill you on their first battle phase. So this is a pretty interesting hand.
We
We
have a lot of
only
hand
really
traps.
have one play here, but we actually have a lot of good hand traps that protect us. So even if our play doesn't go through, we actually do have some things to help us out here. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon this guy. This guy essentially has a Stratos-like effect for a Sanguine spells. But what we're actually gonna do, because there is a hand trap in this format called Droll and Lockbird, we're actually going to set this from our deck and not add it. So we can get an additional search, essentially, before we get Droll and Lockbird here. So I'm going to add this guy.
So
this
that thing
guy's very
searches
good.
on activation, the field spell?
Not on activation. It's a ignition effect.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yep. So then we're gonna add use so that we actually played around the Droll and Lockbird there, so that was pretty nice. So yeah, to just kind of explain quickly so people don't get too lost, I activated this. It's either add or set a spell or trap.
So that plays.
We set it instead to play around this card specifically. So we essentially got another search out of this. And then you might have noticed that I summoned that Genroko guy, special summoned it. That's because that guy, he essentially has an effect. It's kind of known as like a Poplar effect, is what people call it, where you can just summon it out of hand when you add it from your hand, from your deck to the hand. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of comboing where I'm just summoning a lot of dragons. I think how we're going to do this is probably we're going to summon Phaedra. And then this is just like a monster reborn for level 4 or lower fires.
Modern is so
funnily
silly.
enough, he can't really do anything to these guys because this field spell is actually broken. It just pretty much makes it during my main phase 1. My fire dragon monsters are unaffected by anything
Oh,
he
nice.
activates. So like he could hand trap, but you know, it's not really going to go far.
Oh, nice.
So I think what my play here now is that I probably want to make Striker Dragon because I need another dragon in my... How do I want to do this? I probably need Phaedra in rotation. I could throw these two. Yeah, I'm actually going to throw these two in the grave. And then I'm going to use Redox effect here. And we're gonna go ahead.
This all started with a normal summon of that one dragon.
Yes, and it's not gonna stop because we have Chasma coming up. We're about to make Chasma here in a second. I'm just thinking about what's the correct one to banish. I'm pretty certain it's this and this. Just make sure he's all good with that. Yep. And now we're gonna overlay for our first fun guy. So this is Chasma. Say hi, Chasma.
Hello.
And we are going to go ahead and detach the Redox because I'd rather banish that instead of this Bident. I want the Bident to stay there for now. I think what I'm going to do, because I've already normal summoned, I think what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to just get more dragons in rotation here.
Okay.
Because we want to get some summoning going on here. Let's see. What's the one that we want to send off here? I guess we can send off Tempest. And then the way that we can do this, I think the best way we can do this is
Does your deck care about Nibiru at all?
So this guy actually right here would actually summon a dragon for free out of my deck or hand if he nibbed me at this point. But when I was doing all the Tempai stuff with Sangan summoning on the field, if he nibbed me, it would literally just go to the graveyard and do nothing.
Oh wow.
Because he can't do anything to my fire dragon monster specifically.
Gotcha.
I actually just might end here and not just go too crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty good where I'm at.
So technically, your Xyz monster can pop with Blaster on his turn.
Yeah, I can. There's a lot of things that I can do with this. I can pop. I can also Redox Reborn the Phaedra, which actually will be relevant depending on what happens here. Okay, so he's summoning that thing. That's fine. This guy's pretty much just like a Stratos, but he's a pretty beefed up one.
Yeah, I said that this card, this is probably one of the most powerful cards ever created. Like top 5 most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
It is a very, very strong card.
You could put this in any format prior to when it came out, and it would absolutely like ruin that format.
Ooh, okay. So we actually have a really, really good play that's going to come up for us here.
All right, I know this guy is like the main dude, Rizal Engraver.
Yeah, Fiendsmith Engraver.
I mean,
I'm actually going to do a pretty nasty play to him here, and I hope it actually works out well for us. Yeah, so I'm going to chain Hieratic Seal to this effect. And you'll see why exactly I'm doing this.
So this bounces a card, right?
Yeah, this does bounce a card, and I'm going to summon Drago. Yeah, what to bounce? We'll bounce that. Okay. So then he's going to resolve Fiendsmith Track. And what he's going to attempt to do is that he's going to search Fabled Lurry, and then he's going to activate the Lurry effect, and then I'm going to go Seal Chainlink 2, and I'm going to summon out Drago. And then the Lurry's going to fizzle, because it's a light monster. Now the other thing, yeah, if he had a stop there, then he definitely would have, foiled my plans a little bit. But now I foiled his plans.
So this comes out as a 0/0 though, at least.
It is 0/0. It is 0/0. So it has no attack and defense.
Yep.
Yep. He's gonna resummon that. That's totally fine.
He can only use the effect of it once per turn, though, right? So like.
Correct, to search. So he's not gonna get an additional advantage. He's gonna probably try to attempt to attack. And honestly, I might just blast or pop it.
Right.
Start of battle. Battle phase is fine. Start of battle phase. We're gonna go ahead and declare this. And we'll do blaster effect. It does still target as part of doing, all the effects and stuff like that. It's not like an untargetable pop. A non-targeting pop, so it's not that broken.
It's interesting because it's targeting on resolution. Though targeting always happens at activation. So
yeah, it is weird how it's ruled. Oh, he's bringing out another one. Yep, because he searched that one, so that's fine. Yeah, it is weird how it's ruled, but that is how it was ruled at Providence. That's what what I saw a lot on like the Facebook judge groups and stuff like that.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, though, so he summoned another one of these Fenrir's. I'm not sure what extra deck monster he's trying to make, but it can't be light or dark.
Yeah, there's actually a guy that he could summon if Drago was not on the field right now. His name's Typhon. He's essentially like I've done everything I can summon thing.
Summon monsters?
It's not...
Wait. What format
he's
is this?
Desperate. He's desperate. Just know that he's desperate. That's all you need to know.
That can't be right? Like, you can't just set monsters in Modern.
Well, he's dead. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's definitely going to die here. So probably what we have to do, I'm not going to put that in attack because it's not going to do anything. So let's see. We have a few different ways we can route this. So the only... Oh, I could actually tribute summon over the Drago, and that would clear some things up. Is that exactly what I want to do, though? Let's see. Because the Fenrir effect to banish is actually going to be kind of relevant here.
Oh, how does it work? When you activate anything, it does that?
When I activate a monster effect, on the resolution of that monster effect, he can target a face-up card on the field to banish it face down. So I'm going to tell him Big Think here. I should be able to still kill him here. I just have to kind of operate it properly.
Take your time. We have edits.
Yeah, what's our first step here? I could normal summon Ghost Spell and then summon Black Rose Dragon. That seems pretty good because then I could get the Drago off the field, and then this is a fire dragon that he cannot banish because it's unaffected. So he could get rid of my field spell or this XYZ. The XYZ, honestly, I don't care about because I could just summon it again. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and normal summon this. He shouldn't have a response for this, but I'm just going to be courteous and ask. I could also... No, I can't summon that. I have to summon this specifically. No effect. So now what we're gonna do, I want to make sure that I don't use up my resources improperly here. I think honestly we're past Drago time, so I'm going to banish the Drago and the Seals, because we're just going to go for game here, which we will most certainly get if we get into the battle phase. That I am not concerned for. Okay, do you want a Fenrir? Because he only has 2 targets that mean anything, but honestly, whatever he Fenrir isn't really going to amount to much.
All right, good. He finally used it. All right, field spell or the Xyz.
Yeah. Okay, I think he realized that he was cooked.
Wow. So people just know they're dead.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tenpai. Like I said, it's a new... When I was playing Modern, when Tenpai was at like full power, when it was definitely like one of the best decks of the format, because it's been severely nerfed. If you actually see some of the ratios here, this card, and this card are all at 1.
Damn.
These 3 are all at 1. So the engine's been nerfed pretty severely in response to it. Let me just side real quick, and then I'll go to yapping because I probably won't be doing much on his turn. Honestly, most of my deck is pretty good. I would say I probably only change out the Bells because Bell doesn't probably seem too good against this deck. He's playing like Kashtira and Fiendsmith, so I don't think he's really playing anything that Ghost Spell is that good against. Like, I can Ghost Spell a few different things. This is essentially just graveyard interaction,
right,
hand
I remember
trap.
that.
So it probably can come up, but I don't think it's strong enough as like Thrust or something. I might throw in an Imperm. I might take out the Drago, just because like we're not going to floodgate him after he does an established field. And if he doesn't do anything crazy, we want to kill him anyway with Tenpai, so we're not really trying to make the game go long.
Fair enough.
So I think I'll just add an Imperm because it's a searchable thing. Ooh, Mulch Army. Good hand trap.
Which Mulch Army is that?
This one is summoned from deck or extra deck. So we actually want to hold... what's this one? Add. Okay, so this is just a Stratos card. Sure, that's fine. We want to do this when he activates an effect that's gonna special from a deck.
Yep.
So or if he... Yeah, or if he does like a thing. So for example here... Yeah, so you're gonna summon from hand or deck. We will do the Mulch Army. So if he summons from hand, we're fine, because he at least has to give us a draw off of making like a Link monster. He did have the Ash to counter, so that's fine. So we actually won't get the Mulch Army off here.
Yep. Ash Blossom countering Maxi and the other like Maxi hand traps is pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's definitely pretty solid. But honestly, it's a good plus for us because his deck doesn't really generate the strongest boards. I've played against this deck before. It's kind of like a hand trap deck because it does a lot of drawing. Essentially, like its cards and effects like make it draw.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And they usually just play like a ton of hand traps to just stop your plays. But Dragon Rulers, because they have so many free summons, which is the big daddies in the graveyard, they can play through a lot of boards. They can play through like 2 or 3 interruptions.
You call in the Elder Dragons like the big daddies?
Yeah, the big daddies. They're the daddies. The daddies and the babies.
I like how this
Redux. Tell me he's not a daddy.
He's definitely a daddy. Dare I say he might even be a bear.
Yeah, this is someone's father.
I like how this all started off with him activating a continuous spell card.
Yep. That is how it started.
Started with 5 cards, he now has 7.
Yep. All in all, our hand would greatly improve if we draw another big Dragon Roller. We drew another big Dragon Roller. I think we could probably play through his field, but I think we could be in a little bit of trouble if we kind of draw like a bad card off the top.
Does
but
Thrust activate when you can activate it when they use a monster effect on your turn? Is that how that one works?
Correct. And if he controls a monster, I can add the card. So very likely, if I get him to use a monster effect, I'll be adding triple tech that's talents, and I'll be doing like a brain control effect. Yeah, I'll like probably take his monster more than likely, but we'll see what happens
this
here.
This is ridiculous. Turn one. What the fuck is going on? Like he just keeps summoning things.
Yeah. This deck does a thing called link climbing. It's very similar to like can't even really think of another.
I know what
deck
link
in
climbing is
Yu-Gi-Oh.
though. Like it just keeps like
Yeah, they're
back
just
in the
going
day,
from a link 1 to a link 2 to a link 3 to a
Right.
link 4. They're just climbing up levels.
Yeah, I remember seeing it with like Link Spider, and then they go into like, oh, the next guy, and then eventually you summon Firewall Dragon,
Yep.
and then Firewall Dragon just starts doing gay shit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is actually a pretty good card. It's a quick effect, discard a card, and then you can non-targeting destroy a card on the field, or banish this card, and then special summon a light or dark from your grave. So this card's a pretty good interruption, but I think we're gonna be fine. Because honestly, that card I can easily play around.
Yo, it's really true that like modern turns just take so long.
Yeah, they do.
Like, and he's not slow playing or anything like that. He's doing it, he's doing all the steps, he's doing what he's supposed to do, but it's just the fact that we're watching.
He's playing at a normal pace.
Yep.
Pretty normal pace.
Like he's playing obviously faster than us because we're explaining the plays to YouTube. But
yep, exactly.
It's just scary that someone playing at a fast pace still is taking several minutes to just do their combo. And like, I'm sure this is what he does every single game when he's allowed.
Yep. Ooh, very interesting.
What's that?
So this guy says when a trap or a trap spell card or monster effect is activated that includes the effect of special summoning a monster, you can detach a material from this card as a cost, negate the activation, and then destroy it. It is not once per turn, so this is 2 pops of that same effect. Pretty strong card.
All right.
He was not great, but he will actually do. And funnily enough, we actually have a few different ways to do this. I think I'm going to start with the most simple way first. We got to get him to use an effect. That's really what we're asking for here.
Yeah.
That's what we need to have happen.
So we can thrust
He's obviously
shit?
going to think on that. Now, a lot of the times I find that people don't realize that the babies actually add a attack restriction.
Right.
And they actually start like getting worried when I pitch things like Blaster, because like I could beat over this thing, but he may not know that. He may think that I'll actually just attack over it.
Yeah, so he's in the game.
All right, so he did activate, so that's good. So now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna activate this card, and essentially what this is gonna do is add a normal spell trap from my deck to hand. So it's just a generic spell trap card search, which is very, very good.
Evenly matched.
We'll add that. Okay. And he is doing this. If a card, blah, 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 you can banish this, then draw a card. Yep, that's fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and take, because this actually has a destroy effect, so I can do like 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal here, which honestly I'm really not mad at.
Can't he activate it if you... Oh wait, but he has to activate it
He
now.
doesn't know that I'm going to take it. I could take any of these 3 monsters.
Right, it doesn't do it until resolution, and it doesn't target.
Yeah, so I'm going to activate this. Oh, DB's glitching. Yeah, I'm lagging, so I gotta wait until... All right, take. He's going to ask which effect. Okay, so he has Solemn Judgment.
All right, well,
that's fine.
All right, well, I saw you had 3 Solemns in your side deck as well. Seems to be a thing that people are doing.
Yeah, just saying no to things. That's very fair. All right, so now our next play is I have to summon Phaedra. Do I want to summon Phaedra, or do I want... I really wish this thing would not... Oh, let me just do this. Yeah, there we go. That will get it to stop targeting. DB is like lagging bad, Jesus. All right, so what I think I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to bait that Wave King Caesar one more time. This is probably gonna, be all for naught. We'll see what happens. I just want to see what he wants to do.
Is that middle monster 3,300 attack? What the hell?
Yes, it is. All right, so he's stopping that. Go ahead and detach. All right, we'll just continue. So we did have the good hand trap, but he had the counter for it, and that's just kind of like the ping pong of
Now
modern.
you know his deck though. Is Drago actually good against it?
Yes, it is it's a light and dark deck.
Yeah, because that's what I was about to say.
I think even in that situation, it was still bad.
Right. Well, we were going second against an established field. Drago doesn't do shit, but now we're going first again. So
yeah, we're actually gonna take out the mulch armies because these are not like Max C. You actually need to have no cards controlled to use these. So you're taking out your mulch armies when you're going first.
Gotcha.
So in this case, I am going to side Drago again for sure. He is playing like an all fiend deck, so I'm actually thinking about playing Tikaboo. Tikaboo is actually probably pretty good against this deck.
What's it do?
Because if each player can only control one monster of each type.
Oh wow.
So he's all fiends. So if he has 2 fiends on the field, he's got to send one of them.
Is the live twin stuff fiend as well?
Yes, they are fiend monsters. That's actually how he pivoted over to the Fiendsmith engine. Pretty much if you have just one light fiend monster, you can just go into this link 1 that just gives you full Fiendsmith combo.
I'm with it. I like floodgates. I feel like that's the way you play modern anyway. You just try to floodgate your opponent, prevent them from playing the game at all.
Yeah, Droll Knockbard I imagine is probably pretty good against his deck, so I'll keep that. I'm gonna take away Imperm, and then I'm gonna put in some of these Solemns, which is a good go first card. And then am I doing anything else?
You don't do the Christia thing against this deck going first?
So I only side Christia specifically against decks that are not light and dark dependent. So there is actually a Mermail deck that literally only plays water monsters. Yep. So this is like my floodgate of choice. The reason why I like Drago over the Christia is because it's searchable off of Tempest specifically. So I can normal summon this out, or I can summon it off of Seal, as you saw in that one game.
Yeah, Drago just has a lot more synergies. I get it.
Yeah, Christia is kind of just like, fuck. You're fucking with my shit, guy. Yeah, we're just gonna do 2 Solemns. I don't see a spot to fit a third. There probably is, but I'm not gonna think too long on it. Alrighty. This hand is pretty ass, I won't lie. We do have a classical Tempide play of Seal's Pass. That is a very common thing that they do. So I think that is what we're gonna end up doing. Let's see. How will we do this? Do I want to pitch the Bastille? Probably not. The Bastille is a good interruption for his cards, but I can't Seal's Pass if I keep the Bastille, which is really unfortunate.
Is just passing your turn bad?
Nibiru is probably good enough, but if he specifically opens up this one line with Fiendsmith, he'll force me to Nibiru before he actually commits like his real part of his deck.
What about Magnamut? Does that help at all?
It kind of does. I'm thinking about it because you are right. I don't know much about his deck if he consistently gets to Nibiru numbers. For the sake of finding out, honestly, I really don't mind passing.
Yeah, I don't like making mediocre plays because like I feel like you just lose the game by doing that.
If I could keep the Magma Hut in my hand, I would 100%. Do Seal's Pass, but I can't keep it in my hand, and I think it is good enough against this deck to keep it. Okay, that's 1 summon. Chat, keep track of the summon total that we'll have on the screen. We're looking to hit him with this big Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Okay, so he's gonna go Fenrir. This is similar to what he did last time. Okay, so he's not gonna get that effect going off. Sure.
Oh, he's just linking it off to this thing. So he's at 3 summons now.
He's at 3 summons. And this is the part where he's going to start doing the Fiendsmith stuff. And then what is this saying? Reading. I have no idea what that says. If you control, you can special summon it, but you cannot special summon from the extra deck except fiend monsters. That's actually fine for me. I'm actually good with that. Because that actually will lock him out, and that puts him at his 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be his 5th summon, so he's going to get hit with the rock soon. Yep, that's fine. So specifically where we're trying to hit him on this is when he either summons Necroquip or he brings out a few other things. I'll try to like slow down the game when we get to that point.
Yeah, her art is insane, by the way.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
Yeah, that's that art. That's also the Japanese art because I know the American one does not have her boobs out like that.
Oh, is he trying to? This card is special summon. If you do not, you can special summon from your grave. Okay, and he only controls that. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're still good with this because really the Link 4 is the one that I want to avoid. He can't currently make the Link 4 unless he gets rid of the Fenrir, which I'm kind of good with. So what's he going to do
he's
here?
on a 3 right now? Is that Link 3?
Yeah, this is going to be a 3.
That is a link too.
Yeah, this is a link too. I'm kind of confused why. Oh, is that going to summon that one? Is that what it is? Yeah, I see what's happening here. Yeah, so we're gonna nib him here because I don't want him to make the rank 4. The rank 4 is a pretty good monster.
So like when this comes out.
Yeah, we're gonna nib at this point. All right. So let's see what the token is at. That is 22, 46, 24, 46, 24. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll let them fucking add it up.
Yep.
It's funny that the stats of the token rarely do matter, I feel like, in Modern.
Yeah, it only really matters if you nib somebody when they have their battle phase, because they might go talents take.
And then it's attack for aim.
Yeah. Okay, tracked. That is fine. Because now all I'm looking to do is Bestial when he, like, summons some shit. That's all I'm looking to do.
You're trying to summon that thing, right?
Yeah, this I'm not trying to Bestial. I want to specifically Bestial the Engraver when he tries to shuffle away like a material. He'll shuffle away a material to like resummon it. I want that gone specifically.
Gotcha. He's locked into something this turn too, right?
He's locked into Fiends in his extra deck, so he can't do too many things. To be honest, I'm gonna go on a pretty big assumption that his whole extra deck it really is Fiend.
Right,
so the restriction's not really real.
Yeah, but just in case.
Yeah, definitely just in case. Definitely just in case. I would very much reckon that the restriction is not real though.
All right, what Fiend monster are you bringing out now?
So that is a token, so I don't know what he can actually make with that. 2 monsters, including a Light Fiend. Okay. So to make Desiree, he needs to shuffle away Engraver. So we're going to Bestial that Engraver to the effect chain. Very good, very good.
I'm so glad you know what the hell is going on, because when I tell you there's way too many points.
And now our hand's going to be great because we get to add a dragon at the end phase.
Yeah, like any dragon, right?
Any dragon.
That's so
And we're
good.
actually going to add
DD Crow.
We're gonna do some
stats.
hot shit. We're gonna do some hot shit.
You're ready for some hot shit? Huge stats, and it adds any dragon. Like, what kind of card is that?
Yep.
Battle phase. It is battle phase.
He's gonna beat the nib. Yeah, I put it in defense specifically because, like I said, I don't want to die. I don't want him to fucking just take it, and it's a 3,000 attack monster, and he could just randomly kill me.
Okay.
All right. So now, you ready to see some hot shit? This is gonna be some cute shit. We're gonna add Genroku. Genroku effect.
When it's added.
Summon it from our hand.
Yep.
And then we're going to tribute. And we're doing this all during his end. That's totally fine. Ash Blossom there. Totally fine. That literally just makes our next turn just more free. Because now, if he doesn't have a response, ooh, baby. Oh, baby.
That was good?
That was very good.
Oh, okay.
That was very, very good.
I like to hear it. I want to win this game. Come on, let's win.
All right. So let's see. We really do not need to do a lot.
Okay.
All I really want to do specifically is banish this blaster to guarantee victory, but this normal summon of Chundra could actually just win me the game as well. But I want to get through his back row first, so I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I could blaster pop it, but then I can't really kill him, is the problem with that play. So I'm gonna do summon reactant. What does that get me? It doesn't get me much. I could link off these two into SP Little Knight, and then I could banish the blaster with reactant and then search Hydra, and that will work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Do you have a response? Please activate a monster effect. Just make it easier on me. Call by the Grave. Okay, that is fine.
So that negates that.
Yep, that is negated. Sure.
So now the back row's gone. So now you have full coverage.
Yeah, so now I'm just going to normal summon Chundra, and very likely he will not have a single thing to do against that. I'm just thinking if I don't have any other play. I'm summoning Chundra. And this is going to do full combo as well during the battle phase. He may quit out before we even get to do this. What? You're thinking? What do you have here?
Does that Link monster do anything, by the way?
This Link monster?
Yeah.
No, not on my turn.
But what's happening?
So he's doing Lacrima Honestly, I don't think it's gonna matter.
He triggered your thrust though now, right?
Yeah, he did trigger my thrust. Yep, that's fine. Yep. He's gonna send this trap card, and this trap card can do a response in... Yeah, so let's do this. So... Okay. So our normal spell... Is there a normal spell that's very good here? We can just do talents to just draw 2 extra cards to have like a little extra wiggle room, because I don't really need to see his hand at this point, and I can't get the field spell. I really wish that I was playing terraforming, but I just couldn't. I couldn't help myself to play 45 cards, so I'm just gonna get.
You're
talents.
already playing what, 44?
Yeah.
Like, I would just put the fucking terraforming in there and call it a day. But I guess you only play 1 field spell though, right? Like, period.
Yeah, only 1 field spell.
Okay.
If I was playing like Dragon's Ravine, because like there's a few builds that do stuff like that. So I'm thinking here, do we want to... Yeah, I'm just going to draw 2, because I don't think his hand's really going to matter.
So what's this trap card in the graveyard doing? Is it like...
So all it's going to do, literally all it's going to do, is that once I special summon, it's going to... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. His trap card doesn't matter. I'm going to look at his hand. You'll see exactly why it doesn't matter. His trap card just straight up doesn't matter. Hand.
Interesting.
Because Tenpai is broken. You'll see exactly what's about to happen. All right. Goodbye, Rock. Nip. Because we're going to do a lot of special summoning. So somehow if I don't kill him, but I'm almost positive that it's statistically impossible for me not to kill him here.
Also, Nib, can it be used in a battle phase?
No, it can be used in main phase 2, though, because I'm about to special summon a bunch.
Gotcha.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and declare an attack with Chandra here. Okay. We're going to use the effect. This guy special summons a fire from the deck. We're going to go ahead and get Pydra because we haven't used Sangin Kaiman. And this is all in damage step. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and attack 17 here. And then 25 here. And then we're going to do the effect in battle phase to quick effect synchro summon.
All right.
We actually could have made this even more safe, but he honestly just can't. He just lost.
I mean, you know all his cards.
It's just over. We're going to target the Chandra. That's fine. You can chain your thing. It literally does not matter. Yep.
So what does it do?
You'll see. It's going to do nothing. It's literally going to do not a single thing. Okay. So now he's going to activate Desiree, and he's going to try to send one of my cards. He's probably going to try to send one of these, and then I'm going to quick effect Synchro again and dodge it.
Oh, no. Nothing targets, I guess?
Yes. All right. We'll do that again, because this doesn't have a restriction, right? Yep. And we'll just do effect of this. And what is 4 and 6 equal? That equals 10. Oh, look at that. You can't activate effects anymore in the battle phase. That's what this card says.
Oh, that's game.
Yep. GG.
Nice. So we cooked. We actually cooked. That was pretty good. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. And it was also, I do like that we were kind of playing another deck that's on the same power level, whatever. Like, you're not playing against the best deck in the format, whatever, that Mistral or whoever.
Mitsurugi would have been like word spaghetti to like go through.
Yeah. No, this was good for a first episode of just like playing some Modern and see. I could kind of follow what was happening. Like, it wasn't too much,
honestly,
except his turn on game 2.
Yeah, the thing I like about just Dragon Rulers in general in the Modern build, especially with Tenpai cards, these cards, Tenpai, were literally just made for people who just don't want to really understand Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
They literally are just so simple, so straightforward. And Dragon Rulers are also pretty simple and straightforward, and like their new support is also like, it's a pretty digestible deck.
Yeah.
So it's very fun to watch and pilot.
Yeah, I think you played that pretty well. I mean, I had my one suggestion this whole video, which was I think we should just pass on turn 1 instead of playing.
Yeah, the pass ended up being really good.
It was.
The nib plus the Magma HUD. Look at you, your intuition. Maybe for the next video you got to to get in the driver's seat then with that
Yeah,
good
okay.
intuition.
I don't think the chat wants to see me in the driver's seat. But anyway, guys, leave a comment if you actually like seeing us play some Modern. Stango knows how to play Modern. I do not. I'm learning, you know, just like little things here and there. I'm not going to say that I'm actively like, you know, going and reading all the cards. There's thousands of them at this point. But Stango knows how to play. He plays, you know, frequently enough where he can keep up with it. And it's just kind of fun to watch him style on people with this cool deck. So how do you feel about this in the comments? Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.